don't take it lightly when a student expresses interest in getting involved. That's why when a student first gets connected with us and wants to learn more about our group or about God, we want to make sure someone reaches out to them. We want to sit with them, get to know them, help them get to know us, and see how we can help them on their journey. Often this looks like a meeting with a student or group of students that we call follow-up.
Who should I follow up? Everyone should go through follow-up, but especially students who either indicated that they want to follow Christ at one of our outreaches or said they would like to get more involved with our ministry.
What is the purpose of follow-up? We want each student to find a place where they belong. That begins when they feel connected with you and others who are involved in the ministry. Follow-up helps them on their spiritual journey as we share Christ and invite them to take the next step.
So when should I do follow-up? Well, timing's important. Even the most interested students can get distracted and lose interest with just a few days. Reach out to the student within 24 to 48 hours after they've expressed interest. And even better, talk to them and text them right away and set up a time to meet.
What do you do at a follow-up meeting? There are 4 main goals that you want to see happen at your initial follow-up appointment. Although follow-up usually happens in one meeting, sometimes it spills over into 2 meetings, and that's okay. The goal of follow-up is not to dump content on them, but to develop a relationship with them that helps them take their next steps.
The first thing we want to do in a follow-up meeting is to help the student feel heard and cared for. If they feel like you genuinely value them, they'll want to spend more time with you and will be more open to what you have to say. Asking good questions about them and listening well are skills that you want to develop with us. Using Solarium or snapshot cards is a great way to have easy, meaningful, get-to-know-you conversations at a follow-up meeting. Your relationship is the glue that will keep them coming back.
As you get to know the students, they will also want to get to know you. Ask them if they will mind if you share your faith story with them. You'll be giving them a real-life example of what walking with God looks like. Explaining where you are in your spiritual journey will help them feel more comfortable to share where they are with God. Your testimony is a key piece of campus ministry, so take some time to learn and practice sharing with others.
The third main thing that needs to happen at a follow-up meeting is sharing the gospel. Follow-ups are a great environment to go over who Jesus is and what he's done for us. Even if your student heard the gospel in a group setting, we share it again. Hearing it in a small group or one-on-one setting is often more clear and allows them to ask more questions. God Tools and the Connecting with God booklet are great tools for explaining the gospel and hearing where the student's at.
As you wrap up the meeting, try to clarify some next steps that they can take to get more involved. We often say that one goal of the first meeting is to get to the second meeting. A second meeting will allow you to continue to foster your relationship and steer them towards spiritual growth. Suggest a 4-week follow-up series to help them continue to explore their relationship with God. The Thrive Studies Start series is a great one for students to begin with. Tell them about your weekly meetings, small groups, or other events that could connect them and help them show up to the next one. The idea is to make this meeting the launching point for them, not the end of the conversation.
We've been doing follow-up meetings for many years. Here are some of our favorite tips to make them better.
Follow up in groups. Tell students to invite their friends. Following up with students in groups will make students feel more comfortable and have a lot more fun.
Choose a good environment, like fast food restaurants, coffee shops, or other public spaces where students gather to provide comfortable and safe places to do this follow-up.
Ask great questions. People love to talk about themselves, and they will be excited that you care.
Be curious. Don't assume to know where they're at spiritually just because they check the box, because sometimes students indicate a higher level of interest than they actually have. Share the gospel. Ask them questions about where they're at spiritually and help them grow from that point.
Keep the conversation natural. Don't get too caught up in what you want to communicate. Tangents happen. Remember that following up with a student is about building a relationship with them, not checking boxes. With practice, you'll be able to discover the right balance between answering questions and communicating what's important.
Use Solarium or Snapshot. When using these picture cards, ask, what's your greatest joy? And what is your greatest pain? These questions get right to the heart, and students really do enjoy talking deeply.
God has entrusted us with opportunities to build relationships with some great students. Following up with them is the best way to deepen those relationships and help them get even more connected to God and our ministry.